Generalized statements usually start with phrases such as you never or you always. They can also start with, "What's wrong with you?" We use those phrases to try to get a silent mate to talk. I don't know about you, but if someone used those words to talk with me, I'd be much, much less inclined to want to hear more of what he or she wanted to say, especially if I heard, "What's wrong with you?" If you keep having the same arguments over and over, you've probably said something like this at least once. Don't beat yourself up for it. Just recognize that it's just another ineffective method we use to get an unresponsive mate to talk, but it never works. Okay, that was a generalized statement right there. The simple solution to avoid generalized statements: stick to the here and now during disagreements. Be respectful of your mate's character, no matter how flawed it may be. You're flawed too, so be kind. When you criticize your mate, you're actually attacking his or her character, intelligence, and/or abilities. If you're not getting the response you want, your mate is probably not hearing what you're saying. All he or she hears is your anger, which could quickly and easily overwhelm anybody. So, how often do you engage in the ABCs of anger? That is, attack, blame, and criticize. The simple solution to avoid criticism: take an honest inventory of things you say to your mate over and over. If words sound like attack, blame, or criticism, they're better left unsaid. It's actually not fear that ruins relationships. In fact, the only problem couples ever have is defensiveness. If you struggle to create or maintain a happy, healthy relationship, you're probably afraid of being hurt or getting dumped. And instead of having a healthy conversation about your fear, you're defensive, building self protecting walls that not only keep out what's potentially bad or hurtful, but also everything that's right and good for you. If you've ever been hurt by the person you love, and I assume you have, you're probably doing everything you can, both consciously and unconsciously, to avoid being hurt again. When we protect ourselves from hurt, we've become defensive. And as any football fan knows, the best defense is a good offense. In other words, we, meaning both men and women, often engage in preemptive or reactive counterattacks. Do you become defensive during an argument? Although you may be trying to end the argument by getting the upper hand, all you're really accomplishing is keeping the cycle going. And if you assume that your mate's going to be critical from the start, you set yourself up for a reactive attack to protect yourself. In reality, he or she may be trying to tell you something important and be really bad at expressing his or her needs and wants. So, what if your mate is not trying to hurt you? What would you do differently if you gave your mate the benefit of the doubt? Simple solution to avoid defensiveness: number one, let your mate know you're feeling overwhelmed. Number two, ask for a timeout for yourself so you can collect your thoughts. And number three, state a specific time when he or she can expect your return.